It's Friday, July 9th, right now on Good Morning Indiana. New details in the deadly shooting of a Terre Haute police officer. What we're learning about the moments leading up to the shooting and the suspect's background.
Former Marion County prosecutor Terry Curry leaves behind a lasting legacy.
Because I ended up working for one of the single best public servants I've ever met in my entire life and found an entire community of people who accept me for who I am as a result.
This morning, how a program he created will change the lives of Hoosiers for years to come.
A new program that gives Indianapolis youth a second chance begins this week. We're taking a closer look at how they'll be held accountable in today's Fact Check Friday.
Another fact on this Friday. We hope that you're having a great morning, and thank you for joining our family here on Good Morning Indiana. And team, I want to give a shout out to Todd Clausen because yesterday I got stuck in a downpour in Fishers on I-69. I sent him a tweet, and the guy within seconds sent me a map, a timeline. He is better than the Storm Shield app. So Todd, thank you.
It's the best.
You're welcome. You know, yes. And there were some really heavy downpours. You did the right thing, Raphael. You could barely see, windshield wipers going as fast as possible. Pull off, get off the side of the road if it's safe, or off into exit into a parking lot, and wait for some of these downpours to go through. We don't have them today. That is the good news. But we do get back into them over the course of the weekend. How about this sunrise taking place in Bloomington right now? A beautiful start to the day there in Monroe County with the clear skies and temperatures this morning. Very nice as you walk out the door. The humidity is much lower than it has been. These temperatures are cooler than they have been as well, running in some place about 15 degrees cooler than yesterday morning. 64 in Bloomington, 56 in Monticello right now. It's 59 currently in Peru. And radar is quiet, and that's the way it stays throughout much of the day. Some areas seeing a little bit of cloud cover still, but we'll continue to thin that out throughout the course of the morning hours. A lot of storms off to our east. It's a cluster of storms we'll have to keep an eye on. It could try to sneak a few spotty showers in here later on this afternoon, but overall today is a partly cloudy day. But it is a cooler day by July standards at least, but still very comfortable. Your noontime temperature right around 70 degrees, and by 4 p.m., Lauren, temperatures should be in the mid to upper 70s.
All right, Todd, thanks. Let's take a look right now from our live drive vehicle showing you I-465 traveling northbound here on the northeast side near I-69. You can see at this hour everything is moving along up to speed. It's not too busy out that way. And the good news, I just took a quick look around the metro area. There are no delays or slowdowns at this early hour. A great way to start your Friday. Raphael.
This morning, we want to take you to Vigo County for a developing story. We're learning more details about what led to that deadly shooting of a Terre Haute police officer. Investigators say just after 2 o'clock Wednesday afternoon, 44-year-old Shane Meehan, he pulled up to a federal building there in Terre Haute where Detective Greg Ferenczi was on duty. According to court documents, Meehan, he threw a Molotov cocktail towards that federal building. Officer Ferenczi, he walked out of the building and was shot by Meehan. Ferenczi and another officer shot at Meehan. He was hit 2 times. Meehan drove himself to the hospital where he now remains in custody. A 44-year-old Shane Meehan was charged with premeditated murder of a federal agent. That's the initial charge. This morning, friends and family members are remembering Detective Ferenczi. He was a 30-year veteran of the Terre Haute Police Department and had been a member of the FBI task force since 2010 there in Vigo County. Those who knew him say he was dedicated and gave all to his job.
He was actually my neighbor right before I came on the police department. You'll not meet a finer person. You don't spend 30 years in this profession without being dedicated. And he was absolutely dedicated. There's not anything that he did that he didn't put 110% into. He was an amazing person.
You know, we're used to taking those types of risks as law enforcement officers, all of us are, when we're conducting arrests, doing searches, etc. But to have somebody come, as you say, to our front door and commit this kind of act is a step beyond, and affects us all immensely.
This morning, the state remembers a hometown hero. The FBI special agent in charge of the investigation says they're still trying to figure out if Detective Ferenczi was the specific target of this case.
Indiana State Police are joining other departments around the state and will now equip officers with body-worn cameras. The technology is part of a $15 million police reform project, and the rollout process is expected to take until late August. Officers will be able to manually turn on the cameras, and in certain instances, cameras will automatically turn on. The footage uploads to storage mostly immediately. State Police Superintendent Doug Carter says video will be kept from 1 year or longer, depending on the case. Now, Carter says that these cameras are a tool and not the be-all, end-all, and officers will always be as transparent as they can.
The time right now is 6:06. A fierce defender of doing the right thing. That's how many surrounding the late Marion County prosecutor Terry Curry described him. As Curry is laid to rest this weekend, our own Kelsey Anderson shows us how one program he created will continue to change lives for years to come.
It all started about 5 years ago here at the Marion County Prosecutor's Office when a young woman was struggling to jumpstart her career, meeting several obstacles. That's when she and the late Terry Curry started the initiative Different, Not Less.
It was hard enough to find a job working in retail, let alone something that my degree actually qualified me to do.
Natalie Miller was diagnosed with autism when she was 4 years old. Despite that, she earned her bachelor's degree in psychology from Franklin College.
Because I finished the degree, I naively assumed that people would just see that and wouldn't be fixating so much on the autism label everywhere, but unfortunately I was wrong.
When her job search led nowhere, she decided to join the Paralegal Studies program at IUPUI, which led to an internship here at the Marion County Prosecutor's Office.
Started the internship in January of 2016 and was eventually hired here in that April. And one thing I really appreciate is that with all the terrible luck I've had in the job hunt, this place actually saw me for what I could do as opposed to what I couldn't.
When she told former prosecutor Terry Curry that he wanted to do more, not only for her, but all Marion County residents. So the duo created an initiative, Different, Not Less.
Different, Not Less really has two primary objectives, which are to provide opportunities within our office specifically to individuals with disabilities and also to increase general disability activism within the Marion County area.
Miller says the message she hopes employers get from the initiative is this.
Though I do not agree with it in the slightest, I do understand the apprehension, but it's not as big a risk as a lot of people want to think it is. I might have a few difficulties with it because of my autism, but I still try to do my best every single day to be the best paralegal I can in my prosecutors and to contribute to everyone's experience here in the best way possible. And there are so many of us with disabilities who are capable of doing that. We're just waiting for someone to give us that opportunity. And I'm very privileged that this office gave me mine.
She says she could talk about how grateful she is for Terry Curry all day long, but ends with this.
Though my job hunt all on its own was very, very unpleasant. I don't think I could have picked a happier ending for it because I ended up working for one of the single best public servants I've ever met in my entire life and found an entire community of people who accept me for who I am as a result.
Services for the former Marion County prosecutor are this weekend. For more information on that, head over to this story on WRTV.com. Working for you, Kelsey Anderson, WRTV.
Kelsey, thank you for that. And new this morning, the current Marion County prosecutor, Ryan Mears, is hosting 2 youth basketball clinics. The first is on July the 20th and is open to children ages 10 through 12 or 5th and 6th graders. The second is on July the 2nd for kids ages 13 through 15 or 7th and 8th graders. Both will be held from 9 a.m. until noon at the Him by Her Collegiate School for the Arts. The event is free and open to the public, but space, as you can imagine, is limited, and so registration is required to attend. Prosecutor Mears says when it comes to young people, it is key that their first introduction to the prosecutor's office is not inside a courtroom. We have much more details on this program and all the youth clinics online right now at WRTV.com.
Time now is 6:10. Now to the latest on the pandemic and its continued impact on our Hoosier lives. Numbers continue to trend in the wrong direction. New case numbers jumped very big this week today. For 463 recorded on Wednesday. And the last time we hit 400 was back on June 3rd. The 7-day positivity rate is back up to 3% now. And last Friday, it was at 2.2%. And 16 more Hoosiers have now died with COVID-19. But it's important to note some of those deaths date back to December. And today, health officials will hold their first statewide COVID-19 update in almost 2 months. These updates were taking place on a daily basis and then weekly basis throughout the pandemic. And that briefing will start at 11 this morning. We'll bring you the latest on the news at noon and online at WRTV.com.
The time right now is 6:11. The highly contagious Delta variant is raising two big questions around COVID-19 vaccinations. First, when fully vaccinated Americans may need a booster dose, and how quickly will the cases spread among the unvaccinated? Now, health officials are weighing in, and the CDC and FDA say that Americans who are fully vaccinated against COVID-19 do not need a booster shot yet. The statement comes just hours after Pfizer said it's seeing vaccine waning immunity. They said they'll seek emergency FDA authorization for a booster dose in the next month. But doctors say don't panic if you're vaccinated.
The answer is that our vaccines still are very, very effective in keeping us out of the hospital, in averting severe disease. That's what they were designed to do.
Every patient that I've had to hospitalize due to COVID-19 has been unvaccinated.
So the Delta variant accounts for more than half of the new U.S. COVID cases in the last 2 weeks. Experts fear more infections could mean more mutations of the virus and more deadly variants to come. So again, they say vaccination is the best possible way to fight those mutations. Megan.
The demand for new homes has sent the construction industry soaring. Just ahead, a look at how many jobs are up for grabs and how you can get your foot in the door. Todd.
And we're getting a break from the humidity here today, as it's a much more comfortable air mass that's in place for this Friday. Don't get too used to it though, but enjoy it, because the humidity is going to come up over the course of the next couple days. And as the humidity comes up, so will the rain chances for the weekend. We'll break it all down for you coming up in your WRTV Storm Team forecast.
Welcome back. So hiring Hoosiers is our commitment to connect you with jobs and careers.
In addition to providing you with resources, we are keeping track of national trends that could impact your career path and open the door to new opportunities.
It's what we do every single day, and this morning we're shining the light on one industry that's really seeing a major boom in business. Let's get right to the details. First, the construction industry will need 1 million more workers. You heard right, 1 million more workers over the next 2 years just to keep up with all of the demand. Construction is already short 430,000 workers this year alone, and that's according to Associated Builders and Contractors. More than 1 million workers left the industry during the pandemic.
So if you're looking to get a start in construction, the Indiana Construction Roundtable Foundation is there to help. Last month, we told you how the foundation is expanding a program to help Hoosiers develop the skills and connections to get them started in the construction industry. You can read more about the program right now at hiringhoosiers.com.
Well, construction is a big part of President Biden's American Jobs Plan. It's also known as the Infrastructure Plan. It includes billions of dollars to modernize and update roads, airports, mass transit, and housing. Representative Andre Carson and Indianapolis Democrats and union leaders discussed the plan's impact on Indianapolis last night. City County Councilor Allie Brown says local leaders are looking forward to the trickle-down benefits of this plan and ways that it can support the middle class as many recover from this pandemic.
There are people who are fine with how things are going right now, and it's not fine. People are in poverty, people are hurting, people aren't going to be able to recover. We have, all the stuff with evictions and all that is going to start happening. We need to build back this middle class. We can only hold back that wall so long. We need to put money in people's pockets, get people in good paying jobs so you can work one job and that pays the bills, and they're able to not just survive but thrive.
The White House says the infrastructure plan could create millions of jobs. Lawmakers in Washington are still rallying support and opposition for the bill. We've reached out to the Indiana GOP for a response. Of course, we'll keep you updated as soon as we get that. Here at 6:18, it is Friday. We got to check in with Todd and see what we can expect in our forecast as we head into the weekend, Todd.
Today might be the best day of the week. It kind of depends how you look at it. I know on the 5th, as we extended the 4th of July holiday, it was nice. It was warm with highs in the upper 80s and sun sunshine. Today is maybe better because the humidity is lower, temperatures are a little bit cooler, and we're getting a brief break from the rainfall as well. Don't get too used to it, though. The weekend features more downpours coming back into the forecast, as well as the heat and humidity. And with the downpours over the course of the weekend, flooding will be a bit of a concern for us, at least on a localized scale. It's not going to be a widespread thing, but if you get into some of these downpours over and over again, several days in a row, you could look at high water in some isolated locations. Radar is quiet, though, this morning. The clouds are starting to thin out. Skies are mostly sunny in some areas, partly cloudy in others, but all the rain is off to the east. Overall, though, this weather map is still very, very active. We have this batch of thunderstorm activity that's going to be moving towards the southeast. It probably is going to clip southwest Indiana, but it's not a question. Late this afternoon, there could be a spot shower. Here's Tropical Storm Elsa making its way through New York right now. That's heading up to Boston a little bit later on, but that's the front that slipped through the area yesterday with those downpours, and it changed the wind direction. The wind is out of the north now. That knocked down the humidity. It knocked down the temperatures as well, and it's what's giving us a pretty comfortable day. Here's a live look in Bloomington with the sunrise coming up. We're at 60 degrees right now in Indy. There's that north wind at 7 miles per hour, and we have a lot of areas to the north that are in the 50s here this morning. Some of you may want a light jacket. 56 in Monticello compared to 63 degrees with that sunshine in Bloomington. Temperatures today will check in below normal, but very comfortable in the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees with the skies that'll be partly cloudy throughout the day. You will notice this evening a little more in the way of cloud cover will start to build in with temperatures that'll be in the low 70s as you start to wrap up your Friday evening. And then for the day tomorrow, tomorrow's cool, only about 75, 77 degrees for your high temperature with some scattered showers across the area. A few thunderstorms will be possible as well. It's not a washout of a day, but when it rains, it's likely going to be heavy, very similar to what we saw earlier in the week. So keep that in mind if you do have plans as you work your way throughout the day on Saturday. But there's a lot of dry hours mixed in as well. Don't cancel the weekend plans, but just kind of know that there are rain chances. And when it does rain, it's going to be fairly heavy across the area. And so as we work our way into Sunday, it's more of the same. In fact, Sunday, I think the rain could be a little more widespread and even a little bit heavier as we bring back maybe the potential for a few strong to maybe severe storms across the area. Here's your 7-day planning forecast. And as you work your way into Sunday, we're back up to 82 degrees. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we have the opportunity for isolated thunderstorms across the area. It's not a washout. I think the rain chances are a little higher on Saturday and Sunday. That's why I put the icons a little bigger with the rainfall. Temperatures next week pretty seasonable, Lauren, as we'll be in the low to mid 80s.
All right, Todd, thanks. Let's take you up to Fishers right now. Good morning to you if you're waking up with us. This is a live look at I-69 traveling in the southbound direction near 116th Street. You can see it is smooth sailing up that way. No delays to slow you down. And taking a look around the metro area, I'm not monitoring any crashes right now, so that's great news for your morning commute.
The Indiana Black Expo's 50th summer celebration is officially underway, and we love the music. It kicked off last night with an ecumenical service at Grace Apostolic Church here in Indianapolis. Pastor Smokey Norfolk served as the guest speaker. As you may recall, last year's summer celebration was canceled because of the ongoing pandemic. Events were planned with safety in mind. This year, Saturday is the summer celebration gala at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and I have my multiple tuxes ready to go as I will MC that event. All of the events for summer celebration, they run all the way through July the 18th. It's going to be a great time here in the Circle City, Megan.
I love it. Thank you, Raphael. Well, many are thinking of building a new home to avoid bidding wars in existing homes this year. But that could end up costing you more. What you need to know so you don't waste your money.
And giving a second chance to young people who break the law. Just ahead at 6:30, we're taking a closer look at how the new Second Chance program works. That's in our Fact Check Friday at 6:22. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back. It is 6:25, guys. The Indiana State Fair kicks off July 30th. It's almost here. And this year at the fair, there are even more good treats for all of us to enjoy.
That's right. 23 new food items were released on Thursday.
So the big question is, what will Todd Clausen be eating? That's what the entire team wants to know. And so we're going to give you a preview of some of the delicious items that are on the agenda, on the menu that you may want to enjoy, that Todd Clausen will definitely have on his plate. Let us begin with Todd's favorite. This is called the beef parfait, offered by the Indiana Beef Cattle Association. It has chopped brisket, mashed potatoes, Todd, and is covered in a smoky barbecue sauce. You can try it at the Northside Indiana Beef Cattle Association tent. Enjoy that meal.
Yum. And then there's this, the BBQ Sugar Mama offers by the Gobble Gobble food truck. And this sandwich has pulled pork barbecue turkey between two fresh donuts. Creators say the sweet and savory mix will have your taste buds working overtime in the best of ways.
Yeah, that's not a bun, that's donuts. So.
Oh, totally.
Okay, you guys know, Raphael, you probably remember that I'm always over at the dairy bar checking out what they have each year.
Those are donuts. Those are donut buns.
Yeah.
Those are, yeah.
We're going to the dairy bar now. This is my jam.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So they're always putting a new spin on their signature grilled cheese. You just never know what they're going to come up with. So here's what they thought of this year. The Buttermilk Waffle Witch features ooey gooey cheddar and American cheese between these buttermilk waffles. Never thought about that.
Sold.
So you'll want to make sure that you get a side of sweet red pepper relish and serve this as a perfect topper to this cheesy treat. I don't know, guys. I might have to try it. I always have to try the signature grilled cheese.
Love grilled
well,
cheese.
listen, Todd has one more thing on his food agenda. You know, the advantages of being a tall guy. Us short people, we can't eat as much. The food doesn't have much places to go. But Todd, he could try this. Say hello to the Fruity Pebbles Funnel Cake by Monroe Concessions. The dish features a fresh funnel cake, some special icing topped with, you guessed it, yes indeed, some Fruity Pebbles. You can find the rest of the new items over on our website, WRTV.com. You can also find them on Todd Clausen's desk at the Weather Center, but keep this in mind that the fair runs from July the 30th all the way through August the 22nd.
I'm here for it.
Well, we are looking forward to that. That all looks pretty good. Not good for the diet, but looks pretty tasty. Well, many people we know are thinking of building a new home to try and avoid any bidding wars for those existing homes that are in demand this year. But it's not always a solution. Consumer reporter John Matteris explains so you don't waste your money.
We've been hearing about soaring home prices for months now, so some buyers are thinking of having a home built instead. But that may no longer be an affordable option. Frustrated with trying to find an existing home, Clayton Martis decided to hire a builder.
Yeah, we thought we'd build. You know, give it about a year, we'll take time.
It's working for him, but not for Jason Reeves, who just has a lot filled with dirt and weeds.
There's going to be a walkout on the left-hand side down here.
That was supposed to become his family's dream home.
And the final contract was finalized on March 25th.
But just as this bulldozer arrived to start work, his builder had some bad news.
And they asked us for $75,000 more to build our house.
In this neighborhood of $600,000 homes. Why? Soaring lumber prices that have nearly doubled this year. This is happening to more and more families this year who are having a home built. You agree upon a price, sign the contract, builder says everything's great, and then he says, we're gonna need a lot more money. Jason and his wife are now backing out of the deal, but the builder wants to keep $17,000 of their deposit. An attorney for the builder told us $12,000 is for architectural plans, which the Reeves get to keep, and $5,000 is for administrative costs outlined in the contract. Jason has hired a lawyer of his own to plan his next steps. But this is a caution to anyone building a home right now. Be prepared for price increases, possibly major price increases.
My wife is heartbroken. I take it a little better than she does. For her, it's just a nightmare.
If you're signing a builder contract, make sure you know whether the price is locked in or can escalate so you don't waste your money. I'm John Matteris. Good morning, Indiana.
From the station working for you, this is Good Morning Indiana, streaming now.
Now on Good Morning Indiana, on your Friday morning, this is your 6:30 news feed. A local recovery center for women dealing with substance abuse is expanding to help even more people in need. The Dove Recovery House for Women opened a new outreach center just north of downtown Indianapolis on Thursday. The center provides free housing and clinical treatment for women experiencing substance use disorder. Leaders say the new center will be used to help those who are waiting on a bed at the main campus.
Another reminder to check your freezer as Tyson Foods expands its chicken recall. It's recalling 4,500 tons of ready-to-eat chicken products because of listeria contamination. 1 death and 2 illnesses have been linked to the pre-cooked chicken. The recalled products have the establishment number of ESTP 7089.
Roughly 9 million people with federal student loans will start getting their bills from a new agency. It comes after one of the government's biggest servicers says that it will end its contract with the Department of Education in December. The servicer is the Pennsylvania Higher Education Assistance Agency. That agency is better known as Fed Loan.
The American Dairy Association's 32nd annual ice cream social will be held drive-through style once again at Victory Field. Typically, the event is held on Monument Circle, but the pandemic forced the event to become a drive-through event. It'll be held that way again this afternoon. The money raised will benefit the YMCA of Greater Indianapolis. Ice cold treats will be handed out from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. With your donation, you'll be able to select a free ice cream treat. And speaking of ice cream, on this Friday, we're hoping for a good ice cream forecast talk, Lawson.
Yeah, you know, you can definitely get out there and eat all the ice cream you want here throughout the course of the day today. It's actually a beautiful day. That's a great event. Looking forward to seeing it back on Monument Circle. Served as a celebrity scooper, as Raphael and Lauren have in years past. Good forearm workout, and they have nice weather for that event. As far as what's happening right now, partly cloudy skies, a little different view looking to the north here compared to what you saw in Bloomington earlier, where there were no clouds around. We'll call it partly cloudy, but the big change is in the temperature and the humidity. The humidity is way down across the area. Temperature at 59 in Kokomo, 60 in Indy, 63 in Bloomington, and it's going to be a dry day for us for the most part. A few spotty showers could sneak in here as we work our way into the late afternoon hours, but nothing like we saw yesterday with those big heavy downpours. It would just be a hit or miss shower, and most of us remain completely dry today. And there are the storms from yesterday pushing off to the east. So even though we're below normal today, it's a nice refreshing change after a very muggy week with all the heavy downpours. Highs today will level off only in the upper 70s across the area with the partly cloudy skies. The clouds do increase a little bit later on this evening. The downpours, though, they do return, unfortunately, to this forecast. They arrive tomorrow, maybe even in the morning hours already. More on that coming up in just a few minutes, Lauren.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Let's take a look right now at traffic here. This is from our live drive vehicle traveling southbound on I-465 near Washington Street. Our photographer, Shay Goodpaster, says there is a line of ropes that have been strung out between 56th Street and Pendleton Pike in the right-hand lane. He says that they are thick ropes, so keep that in mind if you're traveling on the northeast side this morning. Once you get past that, it looks like everything is traveling smoothly. We're going to continue to keep a close eye on your roads this morning, and of course, we'll keep you updated. Raphael.
On this Friday, and only on WRTV this morning, body cam video from Speedway Police showing an officer shooting a man after a chase. On Thursday, a special prosecutor ruled that the officer who fired those shots acted in self-defense and will not face criminal charges. A special prosecutor, Chris Gall, says that Officer Robbie Harris acted in self-defense. A report filed in Marion Superior Court says that 28-year-old De'Air Gray was holding a BB gun when he was shot.
WRTV obtained body camera video from Speedway Police showing officers making initial contact with Gray. You could see it right there. They were called to West 25th Street to investigate reports of a man living in a car and defecating in a parking lot. Court records say when officers went to talk to Gray, he ran away. Another officer tried using a taser on Gray. That's when a third officer noticed what looked like a black firearm. The video shows Officer Harris following in his vehicle, then getting out and telling Gray to drop the weapon.
You better drop it right now. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. What is it? Drop it. I want to talk to you. Drop it right now. Drop the gun.
The black item that investigators and the special prosecutor say was a BB gun can be seen at Gray's side as Officer Harris fires his weapon. And once Gray is on the ground, officers continue to tell him to drop the weapon. You heard it there. Eventually, Officer Harris kicks it away from him. As officers handcuff Gray, he can be heard telling them his arm is broken and that he's bleeding. Officers called a medic to the scene. D.R. Gray died days later at the hospital from his injuries. This is just a portion of the video released to us by Speedway Police. You can watch an extended portion and read all of our reporting on this shooting right now at WRTV.com.
And D.R.'s family says that he's been diagnosed with schizophrenia and had not taken medication in years. After the special prosecutor announced no charges would be filed against the officers involved in her son's death, Tanya Atkins told WRTV, quote, "I wish that we lived in a world where we didn't have to have lawyers dictate our every move and decision. A person does not understand how much a personal apology would do. It wouldn't bring my son back, but it would help me maybe have a little more faith in the system," end quote. She says she'll continue to fight for better laws to protect the mentally ill. Raphael?
This morning in Vigo County, they are remembering a hometown hero. At the same time, the man accused of ambushing and killing that Terre Haute police officer Wednesday, he's been formally charged with murdering a federal agent. I want to talk more about Detective Greg Ferenczi. He was a member as well as of an FBI task force there in Vigo County. According to a criminal complaint filed in U.S. District Court, the man who shot him is Shane Meehan. Court documents say that Meehan pulled up to a federal building in Terre Haute where Officer Ferenczi was on duty, and he threw a Molotov cocktail towards the federal building. Officer Ferenczi walked out of the building and was shot by Meehan. According to documents, Ferenczi and another officer shot at the suspect. He was hit 2 times. Meehan drove himself to the hospital where he remains in custody after surgery. At this moment, let's take a deeper look at the accused suspect, Shane Meehan's background to be exact. A 44-year-old Meehan, he worked at the Federal Corrections Complex in Terre Haute from 2005 all the way through October of 2017. The Bureau of Prisons says that Meehan was a corrections officer. Indiana's online court system shows that he had 1 public intoxication charge and 1 criminal trespassing charge against him. Those were filed in Marion County back in May of 2013, while Meehan was still employed at the federal prison in Terre Haute. The charges, they were ultimately dropped. Then in 2019, Meehan, he ran as an independent candidate in the race for mayor in Terre Haute. The Associated Press says he received less than 1% of that vote in that race.
Giving a second chance to young people who break the law. A closer look at the new program in our Fact Check Friday. That story and much more coming up after this break.
A new option is now available to teens who break the law in Marion County. The prosecutor, in cooperation with the Boys and Girls Club of Indianapolis, unveiled the Second Chance program. So today's question on this Friday: how will teens in the Second Chance program be held accountable? Here's your fact check on this Friday. The plan to give kids who get in trouble an option to detention will involve the Boys and Girls Clubs of Indianapolis. Eligible youth will get a pass to the club, costing taxpayers $25 a year, much cheaper than the cost of housing a child at the Juvenile Detention Center. Here's your fact check. The newly created Second Chance program is meant for teens facing what are considered low-level criminal charges, like criminal trespass, curfew violation, possession of marijuana, theft, and vandalism. Even then, every case is fact-specific, so there's no guarantee you'll get a second chance. Teens not eligible for the program include having a prior arrest, possession of a firearm, or young people who need more extensive mental health or drug treatment services. A deputy prosecutor will manage the program. Youth who get a Boys and Girls Club pass will be monitored. Those who fail to show up will be called back to court. That's not optional. Yeah, that is not optional, but refiling criminal charges, that is a final resort. That's not the first thing that they will do. There is no minimum or maximum that a teen has to use the club, but they do have to use it. If there's no activity within, let's say, 90 days, the teen's parents will get a call, and then we'll see that the system will see what happens thereafter. So far, 5 young people have been referred to the program. We'll keep you updated on this program. That is your fact check on this Friday. Megan?
I always look forward to those. Thank you, Raphael. Well, keeping your personal and financial information safe. What you can do to make sure a growing scam doesn't take your money.
And finally, back together. Just ahead in Good News Friday, the military reunion you're not going to want to miss. Todd?
All right, as you walk out the door this morning, a new air mass is in place, but it's still warm enough to head to the pool. The humidity is a lot lower today, and most important, at the pool, it's dry. No chance of thunderstorms here, at least for most of the day. Late tonight after sunset, a few could sneak in here. Your high, though, 79 degrees. Wear the sunscreen. A lot of times when it's a little bit cooler, you forget about that. The UV index still high. We'll talk about the storms returning to the forecast for the weekend coming up when Good Morning Indiana continues right here on WRTV.
Welcome back. New this Friday morning, we're taking a look at what you should do if scammers target you with the Cash App customer service app.
This is a consumer alert on this Friday. Our Troy Washington is live to explain what steps you need to take after the scammers strike. Troy, fill us in.
Good morning. Not long ago, I introduced you to Jacqueline Sanders. She fell victim to a scam, and now she's trying to get hundreds of her dollars back. Now, here's what you want to do if you ever find yourself in her shoes.
This family jumped at the chance to cash in with the Cash App card, but who wouldn't? It's convenient, and at this point, who doesn't use the popular app?
We were supposed to take vacation next week with our kids to Florida for the first time. That was our, rental car money, and they took it, and I'm scared to use the provisional credit because if Cash App denies it, then what do you do?
After scammers ripped this family off by pretending to work for Cash App customer service. Instead of packing, this family is waiting to see if and when they'll get the money back they say was stolen from them.
I've already made a police report. I gave them my police report number. I gave my bank my police report number, but really I'm kind of just stuck now. My bank did, issue the provisional credit, but like they told me, it's basically Cash App's decision.
Of course, no one wants to fall victim to a scheme like this one, but if you do, you'll want to file a police report. Next, get the actual Cash App customer service team to investigate with as much documentation as possible. Next, inform your bank right away. All things this family has done, but now they're just playing the waiting game to see if the outcome of the investigation will fall in their favor.
Now, Raphael, there's a lot to learn from this situation, unfortunately, and hopefully people are paying attention to her situation.
Troy, I know we're not supposed to hate people, but I hate con artists. I hate scammers. So in something like this, in a story you just detailed, what is the best way to get a favorable result when so much money is on the line?
Documentation is key, and you want to act fast. You want to alert your bank, the police department, do a report, and you want to reach out to the Better Business Bureau to make sure that you can help others to protect themselves as well. Working for you downtown, I'm Troy Washington, WRTV.
All right, thank you, Troy. As you walk out the door here this morning in central Indiana, it's all quiet, but I want to quickly start off on the East Coast. It's a Friday. Many of you may have plans flying to the East Coast to get away for maybe a vacation. This is Tropical Storm Elsa, the center in the Atlantic Ocean just off the Jersey coast, but really lashing New York and Connecticut and New Jersey now with 40 to 50 mile per hour winds and a lot of heavy rainfall. And this is going to move up towards Boston and then eventually into Maine as we go throughout the course of the day. Today, I checked the flights. Some of the flights out of New York area towards Indy were canceled this morning, so there could be residual delays later on this afternoon. Just check with your airline if you're heading in that direction. Closer to home, this is the line of storms that went through yesterday that changed our wind direction, and we're enjoying partly cloudy skies this morning, a lower humidity as well. And then we have this cluster of rain and thunderstorms in Iowa. This is moving, as you see, off towards the southeast. We'll have to see if it holds together. Some models want to bring an isolated shower in here later on this afternoon. It wouldn't be anything more than a shower, which is good news if it happens at all. But overall, today is going to be a partly cloudy day for us. And here's that one model that tries to bring the shower in here as we work our way into the dinner hour. Again, I'm not sold on that's going to completely happen. I think overall today's a really dry day for us. The better rain chances are going to be in this forecast heading into the weekend. Here's the view from downtown downtown to the north, a nice sunrise taking place. And look at these temperatures. You're walking out to temperatures for some of you in the 50s, 56 in Crawfordsville, Columbus. You're at 59 degrees. We're at 60 in Indy as well as Muncie. It's a really, really comfortable morning, and we'll stay in the 60s throughout much of the morning hours. And then by the noon hour, we get up to 70 degrees, and then we'll continue to warm from that point forward into the mid to upper 70s across most of central Indiana. Now, we're a little bit below normal today, but it's a lower humidity kind of day for us compared to what we went through. So even though we're below normal, I think it's a welcomed little bit of relief after a very muggy and stormy week. Temperatures today about 75 in Frankfort as well as Logansport, 79 today in Indy as well as Martinsville. Shelbyville at 80 degrees, and then we're in the low 80s here across southern locations. Bloomington right at 80 degrees, 81 from Seymour up into the Columbus area. Take advantage of today because tomorrow, while it's not a washout, the rain chances are a lot higher for your Saturday. And look at the temperatures. They're even cooler than today. And that's because there's going to be more in the way of cloud cover around. And these showers will be with us off and on throughout the day. It's one of those days where you definitely need to have the umbrella handy or the rain gear handy. If you're going to be out camping this weekend, it's not a washout by any means, but just know that there will be the potential of these downpours off and on throughout the course of Saturday and especially Sunday. I think Sunday's potentially the wetter day as we kind of tap into a little more in the way of Gulf moisture. And so Sunday there could be some downpours, and I think Sunday's the day also where there's the potential maybe for some localized flooding, at least compared to the rain chances tomorrow. Either way, be prepared for some rain over the course of the weekend. And Saturday again, a cool day at 77 degrees. We're back into the 80s next week, and we'll continue to have some scattered showers and storms in the forecast going forward Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Lauren, with temperatures in the low to mid 80s.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Let's take a look right now here at traffic along I-65 near Pennsylvania Street, traveling in the northbound direction. As our photographer Shay Goodpaster is traveling in on I-70 westbound into the North Split area, he says that there is a beer truck broken down just before Keystone Avenue, and crews are on the scene working to get that truck moving again. So just be aware of that if you're traveling on the near east side. Other than that, pretty quiet out there for your Friday morning commute.
Lauren, thank you. Well, we've reached the end of the work week, and it's time to head into the weekend on a positive note.
That's right. In this week's Good News Friday, we're reminding you that there's nothing like a military reunion involving a parent and their child. Raphael.
And this one is a great one. So Claudia Greenwell was not expecting her son Ian Brayman to be home for another week, and then she wasn't even feeling well. During this time, his friends came over to her home to show her that welcome home banner for Ian, who's been undergoing training with the Army. So she was like, okay, he's coming home soon. See and listen to what happens next.
Ian, even though he couldn't come home?
Yeah. Excuse me?
Yeah, so...
Dude, that is such a cool. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, so we were gonna hang this up, but he didn't get.
But he said this morning. He told me this morning he thinks he'll be home in about a week.
Oh really?
Oh seriously?
Let's go. Do you want us to hang it up this weekend for 4th of July?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I think I'll be home by then. So.
That was the reaction
Ian, don't do that to your mom. She loves you, but the reaction just says it all. Ian, thank you for your service, and what a great reunion for that family. We'll be right back on this Friday with your last look at your forecast. Welcome home.
Welcome back. We do want to continue our Good News Friday with a check of our forecast. And Todd Clausen.
Yes.
Todd, you're saying today would be a great day to get out and about.
Yeah, you know, do anything outdoors. Take advantage of the lower humidity. It's been a very muggy week for us across the area, and we've had all those downpours across the area the past couple days. Today is your relief from that. 79. It's a little bit cooler. It's not as humid, and it's dry with partly cloudy skies and a beautiful sunrise taking place, which you'll see in just a second. The weekend's not a washout, out, but it will feature some scattered downpours, especially I think on Sunday with a temperature of 82 degrees. And as we get into next week, we're looking at just some spotty storms once again. Very summer-like pattern returns with more humidity around and temperatures that'll be a little more seasonable next week. But again, today kind of a bonus day with the lower humidity, the partly cloudy skies, and the high temperature of 79 degrees.
Todd, thanks for the fabulous Friday forecast. Here's that beautiful sunrise he was talking about. We're back in 25 minutes and throughout Good Morning America with the latest news, weather, and traffic updates.
And don't forget, all your news can be found throughout the day and throughout the weekend on the WRTV mobile app. Thanks for joining us. We hope you have a great Friday.